It's my hope that you are doing good. I'm also doing good. So in today's video, we're going to revise KCSE 2021 English Paper 1. So you want to pay attention to the end of this video to learn more. We're going to do question 3, not the whole of it, but number 3A and number D. If you're not yet subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. And I'll appreciate so much. Without wasting time, let us start with number 3A. That is the poem part. And we're supposed to read the poem and answer the questions that are on the poem. So this is the poem. I'm going to read, but it's here. It's my hope that you can see my beautiful handwritings. They're very visible. Yeah. So I'm gonna read it from here, but you can pause your video and read it from here. In the pulpit he swayed and turned, leaned forward and backward, to the right, to the left, his solemn voice echoed. Lowly the congregation followed. Do you love your neighbor? Meekly they bow at his keen eye, now examining a grey head, heaving under her sob. His heart leaped assured, her sins weighed on her. So with her shirt outside, weep not, child, you pardoned, but sir, your beard conjured up the spirit of my dear God. So that is the poem. And question 1 says, identify and illustrate 2 sound features in the poem. We have so many sound features. We have alliteration, we have assonance, we have consonants, we have onomatopoeia, we have idiophones, we have rhyme. So you're gonna check which ones are in the poem. And by the way, you can pause your video and try to identify before we identify them. Okay, you're right. The first sound pattern is in line 10. We have alliteration, the repetition of similar initial consonant sounds in words that follow each other closely. I have already underlined it. His, hurt, his heart left assured. So her and her has been repeated. So you're gonna come and write alliteration. Then support your answer. His, so you only have to underline the repeated sound, the her and the her. Don't underline more than that. Number 2, yeah, you're right. We have rhyme. We have to rhyming. Don't write rhyming words, but the sound pattern is rhyme. And rhyme is that words that ends with the same syllable, and you consider also the sound. So we have the word echoed, heard, and followed. Heard. They end with the same syllable. So rhyme, and then we have echoed, followed, and lastly, here we have the consonants. Repetition of consonant sounds in the middle or at the end, but in our case, they are repeated at the end. Line 2, can you see it? Sure. We have forward and backward, the der and the der, but don't include this one because it's pronounced in a different way. So we have consonants, and then supposed to be forward, backward, forward. So you have to underline the repeated sound only, the der and the der. What is the effect of these sound patterns? So what are the effects of the sound patterns? We have several. 1, to make the poem memorable and interesting, to make the poem memorable and interesting, or to create that musical and rhythmical effect. From 1 2 of the same, describe how you will say the following lines in the poem. Do you love your neighbor? Do you, by the way? So how you're going to say that line? we can use the rising intonation because it is a yes/no question. Yes/no questions have the rising intonation. Do you love your neighbor? I don't know. And Roman 3 of the same. How will you say this line again? But sir, your beard conjured up. But sir, your beard conjured up. So maybe number one, you can touch your chin. You see, this is where we have the beard. Is it? I am sure it's here. So maybe I can touch my chin. And number two, I can put on a facial expression to show surprise. That is, my wise eye open about what the preacher was thinking. We're going to move straight to question 3D. You're going to skip B and C for the next lesson. In each of the words given below, identify the odd one out according to the pronunciation of the underlined part of the word. The only thing that can save you in this question is knowing the correct pronunciation of the words. The long vowel, the short vowels, and so on. So let's try. It's 4 marks, by the way. Number one, breath, breath, breathe. Breathing in, breathing out. So here we have the A, and the E. So the odd one out is breathe. Roman 2, pull, pull, and pull. We have the ool. So the pull is the odd one out. Roman 3, we have 4, full, and 4. This one is the long O. So the odd one out is the fall, all. Lastly, pair, peer, peer. So we have the air, the ear, and the ear. So the odd one out is the pair. I hope that you have gained something new, and we're gonna stop there. Next lesson we are going to do question C, question B, and question C. And thank you so much for watching. If you have not yet subscribed, don't forget to do so. And in case you have any question, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much. I'll see you later. Bye bye.